A woman goes to the hospital for a checkup. Then the doctor tells her she's dying. She completely freezes up. The first thing she does is storm into her boss's office. Her boss is still as annoying as ever. She grabs her high heel and smashes his phone. Her boss says the phone was expensive. She doesn't care at all. He says he's gonna dock her pay. She quits on the spot. Her boss instantly panics. Because she's the top salesperson in the company. He starts throwing more money at her. But she never looks back. Because all she wants now is to enjoy the little time she has left. She goes to the bank and takes out all her savings. Even the money her mom left for her. She decides to go overseas and finally live a little. It's her first time flying, but she still hates spending money. Coach class is tiny and cramped. The big guy in front of her keeps leaning back. She tries hard to protect her little space, but the flight attendant takes his side. The old her probably would have stayed quiet, but not this time. She calls out the airline for being greedy. She says the seats are ridiculously small. Then the air marshal starts talking down to her, basically saying if she can't afford comfort, that's her problem. So she upgrades to first class. The second she spends money, everything changes. The seat is huge. There's champagne and fancy food. After landing, the taxi line is packed. Then she spots a helicopter ad, and books a helicopter ride right away. The snowy town looks like a fairy tale. Everything feels magical. She checks into a castle-like luxury hotel. The place is full of rich people, but almost nobody arrives by helicopter. The staff are shocked. The second she walks in, everyone treats her like royalty. They all assume she's some important person, but it's all a misunderstanding. Back home, her black neighborhood is being rebuilt. The community spent months planning an event for funding. Then the senator bailed at the last minute, just to go on vacation. At the front desk, they tell her the room isn't ready yet, unless she upgrades to the presidential suite. She immediately says yes. But before this trip she was super cheap. She used coupons for everything. She owned a car but barely drove it. She walked home to save gas. Her only hobby was cooking along with TV cooking shows. She was actually really good at it, but she never ate the food herself. She always gave it to the neighbor kids. Her salary honestly wasn't that high. One night in that suite cost more than a month of her paycheck. There's a guy at work she secretly likes, but she's way too shy to talk to him. Every conversation between them feels awkward. Then one day she accidentally hits her head, and ends up at the hospital. That's when they find the disease. That night, she flips through her dream book, and realizes how much life she missed out on. Foods she never tried, places she never visited, people she always wanted to meet. So she decides, for the next few weeks, she's finally gonna live for herself. After moving into the presidential suite, the hotel manager personally welcomes her. Then she turns around, and sees the chairman of her company there too. The chairman is a regular at the hotel. He hangs around politicians and celebrities, and always has his glamorous assistant beside him. Rumors about her start spreading everywhere. Everyone thinks she's rich and powerful. She tips the staff like crazy, and they're completely stunned. She stands by the window watching the snow, feeling more relaxed than ever. Later she goes shopping, and after putting on a designer dress, her whole vibe changes. Even the restaurant manager treats her differently. The hotel chef is world famous, and he's also her favorite chef ever. At the same restaurant, the chairman and the politicians are eating too. A waiter accidentally spills wine on the chairman. He pretends to act nice about it, then secretly tells the manager to fire the waiter. He looks classy on the outside, but he's actually petty as hell. While reading the menu, she orders basically everything. Meanwhile, the rich people at the next table keep making annoying requests. The chef is already sick of them, but the second he sees her order, he lights up, because she appreciates food and doesn't complain about anything. The chef realizes she truly loves cooking, so he personally makes every dish for her. The two of them instantly click. She can even taste every ingredient in the food. The chef treats her like a soulmate. Meanwhile, the chairman's table gets ignored. Now everyone's even more curious about her. Some politicians even want donations from her. After dinner, she goes to the hot spring alone. Then the senator walks over to talk to her. She immediately brings up the community event, saying everyone was disappointed in him. People voted for him, and he never even showed up. The senator awkwardly tries to explain himself. The chairman sees the whole thing, and becomes even more suspicious of her. He starts thinking she's investigating him, but really, she's just a regular employee. The next day, she goes skiing. The instructor teaches her how to move, but not how to stop. So she flies down the mountain, faster and faster, straight into the expert slope. The chairman is over there trying to look cool, but she steals all the attention. He gets jealous, and rushes after her, trying to impress her, but keeps wiping out the whole way down. And somehow she actually sticks the landing, while he crashes face first into the snow. Everybody loses it laughing, but she doesn't care anymore. She thinks she's dying anyway. Later she gets a massage. The assistant keeps yelling at the massage therapist because it hurts. She gets annoyed watching it, so she stands up for the therapist, and accidentally exposes the affair too. The assistant turns bright red, but the therapist secretly loves it. Later the assistant opens up to her. She says she's worked for the chairman for years, but never gets promoted. She wants to quit, but she's scared, because she never finished school, and feels trapped. She still believes the chairman will divorce his wife for her, but she shuts that fantasy down immediately. She tells her guys like that never leave their wives, and the only person getting hurt is her. The assistant actually listens, and starts liking her more and more. Meanwhile, the coworker who secretly likes her realizes she suddenly disappeared. He goes to the hospital looking for answers, and finally learns she's dying. He rushes to her apartment, but she's already gone. Then the neighbor kid recognizes him, and shows him her dream book. Inside are fake wedding pictures of the two of them. That's when he realizes she loved him the whole time. So he finally makes up his mind, and flies overseas to find her. Meanwhile, the senator invites her to a fancy dinner. The chairman clearly hates the idea. Then the manager suddenly says, the chef saved a special table just for her. She walks right in like she owns the place, and the chairman awkwardly follows behind. The chef personally cooks dinner for her. Everybody at the table gets lucky because of her. They get dishes that aren't even on the menu. While everyone's talking after dinner, they hear she's going skydiving tomorrow. The chairman instantly gets competitive again. The next day, everybody heads to the dam together. She puts the gear on without hesitation. The chairman forces himself to do the same, but when it's finally time to jump, he completely freezes. She jumps without thinking twice. The wind roars past her ears, and for the first time in forever, she feels truly alive. Her landing isn't perfect, but at least she actually jumped, unlike the guy too scared to move. The chairman keeps making excuses afterward, but everybody notices he literally peed himself. After that, people admire her even more. She finally starts enjoying life for real, but the happier she gets, the less she wants to die. That night, she writes her will, and sets money aside for her funeral. She says she doesn't want a coffin, because she already spent her whole life trapped in a box. Later she goes to the casino. Even though she has no idea what she's doing, she keeps winning anyway. Everybody starts copying her bets, except the chairman, who keeps betting against her, and losing every single time. By the end of the night, she wins a ton of money. Before all this, she never slowed down enough to enjoy art, but now, she listens to music differently. She notices the scenery, and finally starts feeling life around her. Later, she runs into the senator on a bridge. They talk about the community again, and she calls him out directly, saying he forgot who he was supposed to help, just because of money and politics. Then she walks away. Back at the hotel, the cold and quiet butler suddenly hugs her. Turns out the chairman bribed him earlier to secretly investigate her, but instead, the butler accidentally found her goodbye letter, and learned she was dying. At that moment, none of the rich people stuff mattered anymore. All he could think about was how little time she had left. He tells her, the last part of life should be spent with someone you truly love, and she finally decides, maybe she should go back for the guy she likes. But at the exact same time, that guy is already flying across the world to find her. Because love really can make people brave. She stands by the window trying to clear her head. Then people suddenly gather outside. Everyone thinks she's about to jump, but the one falling apart is actually the chairman. He's sitting outside the window losing it. She tells him to get back inside, and jokes that he couldn't even jump while skiing. The chairman just sits there staring into space. Then she starts opening up. She tells him he has money and power, so even if he fails, he can always bounce back. But she's just a regular person. She says she never wanted anything huge. She just wanted to marry someone she loves, open a small restaurant, and live a simple life. But she doesn't even have a boyfriend. Right then, Sean finally reaches the hotel. He climbed through snow all day just to find her. He's freezing cold, but he made it. Standing downstairs, he finally confesses everything. He says he should have told her a long time ago. He says he's always loved her, and whether they have 5 minutes or 50 years, he wants to stay with her. Everybody nearby starts cheering, and she just stands there shocked. She's happy and heartbroken at the same time. She can't believe life waited until now to bring her love. Then suddenly, the butler runs over holding a fax from the hospital. The machine at the hospital was broken. Every patient got the same scan result. She was never dying. She's completely healthy. She freezes for a second, then bursts out laughing. She keeps shouting that she's gonna live. Sean starts laughing too. Then she instantly changes her answer. Forget 50 years. She wants forever with him. Everybody around them starts cheering. Even the chairman smiles. He finally sobers up emotionally, and decides to change his own life too. Later on, she really does open her restaurant, and the famous chef even shows up to support her. The place becomes a huge hit fast. People line up every day. Even celebrities come to eat there. She finally gets the life she always wanted.